Okay, so get this right. You're totally dominating your favorite video game, climbing the leaderboards and racking up those victory points. But here's the twist. Those points are actually generating real money, like actual money in your pocket.
Now, that's a gamer's dream come true, right?
Right. It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. And that's basically what we're diving into today.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. We're talking about the intersection of universal basic income, UBI, for those in the know, with the world of gaming and blockchain technology.
It's like discovering a hidden level in a game, but for real-world income.
Exactly. But before we go too far down that rabbit hole, for those who are new to the whole UBI concept.
Yeah, let's back up a bit.
In a nutshell, UBI is the idea of everyone receiving a regular payment, no strings attached, just a financial safety net.
A radical idea for sure, and there are a lot of opinions on whether it would work in the real world.
Definitely a hot topic. But what we're looking at today adds this whole other layer to it. Using gamification to make UBI engaging, maybe even, dare I say, fun.
Okay, now that has my attention.
Right. So the sources we're looking at explore how UBI could be integrated into a gamified digital space.
So less about government programs, more about like playing a game.
Precisely.
I like the sound of that. And speaking of catchy titles, we keep seeing the phrase, game of life meets reality.
It's very on the nose, isn't it? But it really gets to the heart of the idea. Imagine a world where your online activities, things like playing games, designing virtual worlds, creating art, all that. What if those activities weren't just for fun, but actually generated income that contributed to your basic needs?
Whoa, so we're not just talking about escaping to the metaverse. We're talking about making that virtual world have a real impact.
Now you're getting it. And that's where play to earn and build to earn enter the scene.
Okay, I've heard of play to earn games where you can earn crypto or NFTs, but how does that tie into all of this?
It takes that concept and scales it up exponentially. Imagine a whole UBI economy within these digital worlds.
Okay, now paint me a picture. Give me an example. I need to really wrap my head around this.
Sure. Let's say you're into building digital cities, right? So imagine you're collaborating with others online, designing and building these amazing virtual communities. And for your creativity and your efforts, you're getting rewarded. But here's the thing. Those rewards are directly contributing to your real-world income through a UBI system.
Okay, so I'm not just playing a city-building game. I'm actually part of a system that's generating real value.
Exactly. And it's not limited to gaming either. The source also talks about creating art in the metaverse.
Oh, interesting. Like what kind of art?
Think digital paintings, sculptures, music, even virtual fashion. They can all be tokenized as NFTs, and the value of those NFTs would contribute to this UBI fund.
NFTs and digital assets are everywhere these days. But I'll be honest, sometimes it feels like everyone's speaking a different language.
It's easy to get lost in the jargon. But think of NFTs like digital deeds of ownership. They prove you own a unique piece of digital content. And because they're built on blockchain, it's all very secure and transparent.
So they're not just about owning a cool JPEG or something.
Well, those are fun too. But in this system, they're a fundamental part of how the economy works. Got
it. Real value, real economy.
Exactly. And it gets even more interesting. The source mentions DeFi platforms.
DeFi, all right, you're gonna have to break that one down for me.
DeFi stands for decentralized finance. Basically, it's a new way of handling finances. But instead of relying on traditional banks, it all operates on a blockchain network.
No more pesky bank fees.
You got it. No more middleman. That's a key part of this UBI model because it makes managing funds more transparent, accessible, and secure. And because it's decentralized, the power shifts back to the individuals.
I'm starting to see how this all fits together, gamification, NFTs, DeFi. It's like we're building a whole new system here. But this feels like it goes beyond just finding a new way to distribute money.
You're spot on. One of the most exciting things the source highlights is this idea of learning by earning. So as people participate in these gamified systems, they're not just earning income, they're gaining valuable skills.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
About things like blockchain, finance, the future of the digital economy. It's all about access and opportunity.
So it's like leveling up your financial literacy while you're leveling up your character in a game. I love it.
Right. It's like we're flipping the script on education and economic empowerment.
And speaking of flipping the script, something that really jumped out at me was how this system completely changes who has the power when it comes to wealth and control.
Absolutely. It all comes down to decentralization. And that's where blockchain technology, along with DAOs, come into play.
DAOs. Okay, love a good acronym. Break that one down for me.
DAOs, or Decentralized Autonomous Organizations. Think of them like online communities with a shared purpose, and their rules are encoded right into the blockchain.
So no one person can just swoop in and change the rules on a whim.
Exactly. It's all transparent and tamper-proof. In this UBI system, it means the power isn't just in the hands of governments or big financial institutions anymore.
It's more about shared control.
You got it. It's distributed among the participants themselves.
That's a huge shift. And since we're talking about fairness, the source also mentioned community-centric wealth redistribution. What exactly does that mean?
It's about moving away from that old model where wealth is concentrated at the top. This UBI model proposes a system where profits are reinvested back into the UBI fund.
So it's like a self-sustaining loop where everyone benefits.
Exactly, a model of shared prosperity. And another really key aspect is the focus on global inclusivity.
Right. The source mentioned that as long as you have internet access, you can participate.
Precisely. Location, background, economic situation, none of that matters in this system.
It's like breaking down those traditional barriers.
Yeah.
I love it. This is all pretty mind-blowing. But the big question is it actually doable? The source claims, this isn't science fiction. Do you think they're right?
It's the million-dollar question. The technology is there, blockchain, NFTs, DeFi, those are all evolving rapidly.
But can we really wrap our heads around such a big change?
Yeah.
It's a lot to ask.
That's the real challenge. It requires a fundamental shift in how we view work, wealth, our responsibilities to each other.
It's like the source is issuing a call to action. They're challenging us to be a part of building this future.
Yes. It's about envisioning a world where what we're already doing online can contribute to a more equitable future for everyone.
It's a powerful vision. But let's make this a bit more tangible. Imagine the system exists, right? You're going about your day, maybe tending your virtual garden in your favorite game, and you know that by doing that, you're contributing to a system that provides a basic income for people all over the world. Does that change how you see things?
It's a powerful question to ponder, and it gets at the heart of what the source calls for, a mindset shift. They outlined 3 key shifts: collective over individual, long-term vision over short-term gains, and education over exclusion.
And those 3 ideas are really interconnected, aren't they? It's about understanding that we're all in this together.
It really is. Our actions have ripple effects. And shifting our focus from me to we has the potential to create a much more just and equitable world.
It is. It really makes you think about the bigger picture. Well, this has been an incredible deep dive, really thought-provoking stuff. I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of what's possible when we start looking at UBI and the future of economics through this lens of gamification and blockchain.
It's a rapidly evolving space, and one worth paying attention to. Who knows what the future holds? Maybe we'll all be earning our keep in the metaverse someday.
Maybe we will. But until then, keep those conversations going, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.